Hey guys, I'm back with another one of my videos. So not so much talking right now, but I'm just gonna jump straight into it. So today, I'm gonna be talking about my infusion sort of problem, I guess you could say. So I went in about 9:30 for my infusion, the Monday just before Easter Monday. So yeah, a week kind of before Easter sort of thing. And I went in 9 o'clock, and as usual, we have trouble getting the cannula into my veins because my veins are really bad, I guess. And so I got cannulated about 12 o'clock, and then I had the bag of saline go through, which finished about 12:30, and 1 o'clock we started the actual intragram infusion. So I went and did that, and about 20 to 25 mils of the infusion, I started feeling a bit off. I thought, oh, okay, like it's the normal, nausea, headaches, dizziness I get. But then my eyes started to go really weird, and I started shaking a lot, like literally like a seizure, but I was completely lucid and awake, and I could hear. And I wasn't too nervous because this has happened before, and usually my sight comes back, which is fine. But this time was a little bit different. The first time I was awake completely. Then this time I blacked out, and this time I've never blacked out before in my life. And I think I know blacked out because the nurses were talking and their sentences kind of didn't fit together, like they should. They didn't sentence flow nicely, so, they didn't fit together, if that makes any sense. So I remember going down a hallway that smelled super clean, smelled so clean, really, I think bleach. It smelled really, really, really clean. I guess with COVID and everything going on, it has to be kind of clean. I went into emergency, and I thought, oh, not too bad, I've been in emergency before with the same sort of symptoms, and, my sight came back within 4 hours. So just to give you a little bit of a backstory, my sight is kind of I can see, but I just see shapes, no detail. So I could see the shape of the doctors, and I could tell their voice was man or woman, but I couldn't see any if they were wearing glasses, or if they had blue eyes or green eyes, or they had what colour hair they had. I had no vision of that. So anyway, after that, about 4 o'clock, I asked my mum what time is it, and she said 4 o'clock. So I thought, oh, it's a long time. Usually my sight has come back within 2 to 3 hours, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit because it's not coming back, and usually it comes back. So the doctor asked me, the emergency doctor, he was really nice. He said, what do you want to do? And because at that point my sight hadn't come back, I was a bit nervous because I felt, and the fact that I blacked out and everything that's happened before hadn't happened previously when I had the shaking and stuff the first time. So I said, is it possible to admit me? So they admitted me to a ward. This is probably about maybe 5 o'clock at night. I went up to the wards and stuff, and everything's a bit fuzzy from there, but I slept overnight, and just so you know, I did not sleep very well. I had alarms and beeps going off all over around me, so it wasn't exactly a great time, but I think I was waking up about 4 o'clock. Yeah, about 4 o'clock in the morning, so I was all over the place. But the next day I went for a CT scan, for my head, because I was getting really bad headaches, so they thought it might be a stroke or something in my brain. So I had a CT that came back all clear. I had multiple blood work, blood tests, which was not really good because my veins aren't good as it is, so they were having trouble with that. And then I think the second day they were going to put me, whenever they could get me in, they were going to give me an MRI and MRA. But unfortunately, that day when I was meant to go for my MRI, I had another seizure shake, so I was shaking uncontrollably, massive headache, and I couldn't breathe. It felt like my throat was like closing up, so I was struggling with that, and that was lasted for about 10 minutes. Yeah, and then during that time I also lost grip in my fingers. I couldn't hold anything, or, I was struggling to even just eat the food that they give you. And the food wasn't that great either, but the point is that I was in quite a lot of pain, and I constantly had nausea, like all the time I had nausea. And they gave me something called Odanzatran. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and that is the best thing ever. It just completely knocked my nausea. Like, I didn't have any nausea, so I could eat. So that was that day, and then the second day they did an MRI, and that took about 2 hours, and then they transferred me to another ward. And I think this was like maybe the Thursday. My mind's still a bit fuzzy on a couple of things, so I think it was the Thursday they treated me, and then I had another seizure. Well, seizure as in, I'm shaking, and not a typical seizure. It's more just my body shaking uncontrollably. When I say seizure, that's what I mean. So I had another seizure that night, and they did an EKG and all that, and temperature, blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen was all fine. That lasted for about, I think, like 5 to 6 minutes, and then they gave me some medication that kind of knocked me out. Then that was fine. And then the next day was Good Friday, I think, and then I went home on Good Friday. Now, once I got home, my finger strength came back on the Saturday, so Easter Saturday, my fingers came back, which was great. I was really happy. But I've had some trouble now with memory. My memory is really bad. I can't remember my birthday. Well, I can remember my birthday, but I can't remember the year I was born, so I'm struggling with that a little bit. In hospital, I was also struggling with that as well. But I remember my name and where I was born and everything. But just a couple of dates, Australia Day and Christmas Day and Boxing Day, I have to kind of really work it out. I also have no feeling in my feet. So from my ankle down, I have no feeling, like I can't feel anything. So I'm using a walking stick at the moment to help me get around the house and actually walk, but I don't feel anything in my feet. So from my ankle down, I can't feel. I can send messages like to point my foot or to flex, but I'm not receiving any feeling, so we've been to a neurologist, and they've been really helpful. He gave me some medication. I'm going to show you the box of the medication. This medication has been great, but not awesome. I'm still getting the seizures, the shaking at night, but and headaches and stuff, which isn't pleasant. But the headaches have minimized. So this is the medication. It's not the best. I wouldn't say it's helpful, but it does minimize the headaches. I'm not getting such intense headaches, like I'm not getting awful headaches. I'm just getting, the simple headaches. So, they've minimized a lot, so that's a good thing. So we went to the neurologist, and he said give it time. I've given it about nearly close to a month now. So just after Easter, so Easter Sunday, I had no feeling in my feet. My toes came back for about 5 minutes a couple of weeks ago, and then it went back to being numb. So I'm under a lot of things with physio and things just to get my feet back to normal, because I don't feel anything. Also, they've stopped the IVIG treatment, so because of the reaction. So they think it was in reaction to the IVIG, or it was the pre-meds. They don't exactly know what happened, and I've kind of accepted that I may never know. But my feet have not come back for nearly a month now, and I'm really starting to be concerned, because I don't think it should take that long. My feet should come back. So I've kind of nearly, just wanted to kind of accept that, they may not come back, but I'm trying to keep positive, But with the IVIG, they've stopped it. I don't think it was the IVIG, because I've had 10 IVIGs in my life, and I've only had reactions that have sent me to emergency twice. So I don't think it was the IVIG. I think it's probably I had an infection somewhere in my body, like I was sick, but I didn't feel sick. It was some kind of I had an infection, and when you feel like you're getting sick, but you don't feel like you're getting sick, like I was sick, I'm sick somewhere in my body and I don't know that I'm sick, so maybe that was when it clashed with the IVIG, maybe it didn't really, work very well and didn't agree, so when I did go to emergency, I did have a high fever. Well, not a high fever, but it was a little more elevated than it usually is. I'm usually 36, 37 point some point one, is my usual fever, so, they gave me some antibiotics and stuff. But that's what I just basically want to update you on. I will update you on my next appointment with the neurologist, which is next month sometime. Yep, next month. I just wanted to say stay safe, stay at home, and we'll get through this COVID. Thanks, bye.